Hi guys, just got back from Fraser On. I just spent a week over there doing the shakedown test on the big 200 here. We spent the last couple of days at Tiwa Beach, just a magnificent place. And the weather turned it on for us. Now, just got home, haven't seen the family for a week, but the car needs a tub. So I'll go and say good day to the family, then we'll give her a wash, and then I'm going to show you all the exciting bits of this build that I'm so proud of that DMW's produced. Let's start with the lights, hey Adam?
Yeah, look Ruben, on this car we've used a lot of Dobinson products on the front of it. We use a lot of Dobinson product at DMW all round, and in particular we have put Dobinson lights on this car, both on spotlights and on the light bar on the roof, which has been fantastic. How did you find it?
Oh look, the lights are fantastic, Adam. You know, just lights it up like daylight of a night time. Especially when I was, got off from Fraser and it was a bit late in the afternoon, and I cruised through the freshwater track down to Tiwa Beach there, and going through that tight little stuff, just magical. Can see where you're going, just spot on.
Found your camp using those, didn't you?
Absolutely, I found my camp, yep, like that.
And what bull bar did we run on Dobinson again?
Dobinson side rails and the side steps all match into one. And we've also got the Dobinson's winch up front, which is a cracker, which as you can see we've used the rear one. Haven't quite used the front one for what it's meant for yet, but the rear one was awesome.
But you're off to Cape York this week, so there's a high chance that you probably will use the front winch on this car.
Now let's hope. I think I should be pulling out some of the other people I'm going with, not pulling myself through some of these things, eh?
But how did you find the rear one? So we used the rear winch up the other day on the beach.
Yeah.
We used it to unbog a Cherokee with a camper trailer, which was great. Unfortunately, they didn't have a recovery point on the front of their car, so using a snatch strap wasn't really a good option in that sense. So.
No, well we used the soft sling around a heavy duty part of their car, and then just obviously as we put the blanket on the winch rope and we give it a fair old snig. The 200 knew it had that behind it, and it sort of started to pull itself back, but when old mate started to sort of help drive out of it, the winch just pulled it like nothing.
It was easy.
Yeah.
So, fantastic. No, very good. And on this car we've also blacked out the badges and the front grille, just to tie in with the front of the car. Just blacked out black and green theme.
Yeah. All right, well do you reckon we cruise around the other side and we have a bit more of a look at the car, Adam?
Let's do it. Righto Ruben, so around the side here we're trialling the new set of Dobinson's suspension in this car. What are we running?
Well, we're running a remote res, fully adjustable shock. Yeah, so it was really, really good. So on the inland tracks I found that the rebound was a little bit too quick, so I put some more dampening into it and it just came up a treat. So look, I think they're a fantastic product so far, but look, as you know, we're doing some more trips to Cape York and I'll be able to report back on how well it goes on some corrugations up there afterwards. But I think they'll go magically.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
And wheel choice, looks like we're running ROH on this car.
ROH wheels, yep, ROH wheels. I really like ROH wheels because they're an Australian made product. And look, these ones here, they really run a really high load rating, which is what we need for our GVMs. And look, I reckon they look fantastic and pretty set the car off smick.
They do, they look awesome on this car. And tyre choice, a little bit different to what we normally run.
Yeah, look, we won't report back on those tyres yet. I don't think I've done enough Ks. Like, going to the sand, you let them down. Like, I'll soon tell you if I get some punctures going to Cape York, and we'll let you know how good these tyres are when I get back.
We did find they bagged out really well last week on the beach. It was something they did do really, really well, which was nice. A lot of sand driving, especially coming off Fraser.
Yeah, had to tow out a couple of people and all that sort of stuff. It's always a bit of fun, and yeah, the big 200 grunted up and the tyres performed and got some traction to the sand for me, so it was spot on.
Good on you. And obviously we mentioned the Dobinson rails and steps on this car. Running another snorkel.
Yeah, Safari Air Max snorkel. try and get as much air into the big girl as possible.
As always, we run these on all of our cars. Just a fantastic product. Can't fault them at all. They're a really good product.
And I'll show you these. These are the new Clearview mirrors, and without them, I reckon this car wouldn't look so fantastic.
Spot on. Yeah, a lot different now. They're a lot smaller, much more compact. They don't stick out as far. They're telescopic adjustments now, so they sit tighter on the car. They're a little bit smaller on the actual face.
Get a load of this. This is cool. So it's got all the different stages and all that, but it's a two-stage. Like it's got three little pieces here, but it is actually two-stage. So it goes back in, locks in there.
Yep.
So you don't have to have it out as wide as you usually do.
Yep.
And then have it back in there, and it looks really, really factory and smick.
They're tidy, aren't they? And they're full, still power fold.
Yep, power fold.
Yep.
Got fully adjustable. It's just your bottom mirror obviously isn't power.
Yep. So it's a manual. The top one's powered.
Yeah. The normal mirror is power.
Yep.
And then your other one, which is close range. I usually have it pointed down at my back wheels and things like that. So if you're doing some tight sort of stuff like that, you can see exactly where you're going.
Yep. And it still runs the indicators as well.
Yeah, and these are Cat 6 indicators too, so we can probably start doing away with these on our GVMs now.
Yep.
So yeah.
So for those that don't know, these Cat 6 indicators we put on the side of these 200s are required for our 4495 GVM upgrades. With the new Clearview being Cat 6, as Ruben says, there's a strong chance that we can probably do away with those side indicators.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on that as it goes forward.
Awesome. And then up the top, we're running a Rhino rack.
Yep, Rhino rack with our own DMW backbone setup.
Yep.
And look, the Rhino rack's spot on. We've got the shovel mounts, and we've got the Maxtrax mounts, and I've got an axe up there as well, because you never know what you need. Cut a bit of firewood. But yeah, I reckon, look, those flat racks from Rhino rack, they're spot on too.
Aren't they? Can't beat them. And the backbone system that we're running, our own backbone system for these racks, they'll be available for sale shortly as well.
Yeah.
We think they're just a really tidy way to complement the car from us. So
yeah, and if you're running an XT tray, it's got the same pattern.
Certainly does. Certainly does. Awesome, mate. Well, let's keep pushing down the side of the car, and we'll work around it.
Crack on.
The one thing to note with our wheel arch toolboxes is actually the size. So there's a couple of features on these that are critical to your conversion, any conversion. One is the size. So DMW's conversion has an enormous toolbox. So I'm 6'3", and I can place my hand on the back wall, and that's me there, and I'm about elbow deep. So you use the full wheel arch of the car. We also run a double steel on these, and a gas strut, so it doesn't fall down and hit your side step. The other thing we didn't mention with the side steps, Ruben, is that we do extend our side steps on all of our conversions.
Yeah. We just leave them overhang a little bit, so you've got little foot space there to jump up, especially for short like me. Yeah. Anyway, I did want to touch on, we're copping a bit of slack about having a piano hinge here on our doors. Now, when you close it up, you really can't see it. Look, and it's aesthetically, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, it's very functional. Now, what also is good about what we do here is that they're fully bolted on. So if you leave this open and you reverse into something or clout the door and wreck it, you just unbolt it, you get a new door off it, and it's all sorted. It's very, very simple to replace, and it's very, very durable. This is why we run the gas strut and everything like that. You can put a bit of stuff on there. Look, please come and have a look, and you'll understand with how good this actually really is.
That hinge system also doesn't take up internal storage space of that toolbox.
That's right, that's what gives us such a big area to pack everything in there. Like I usually keep my tow kit in there. I'll keep 5 litres of oil in there. I've still got other space for ratchet straps and tie downs and everything in that toolbox.
Yep.
Not many other competitors could actually say that's how much you can put in these toolboxes and be fully sealed.
Correct, and there's no pop rivets or anything like that along here. The door has a return fold on it, so it's strong, it's durable. It's not just a piece of flat alloy. It has been thought out, and that's why we do it the way that we do.
Yeah, and what do you reckon we get into this?
Get into the XT tray. XT tray and canopy. So what have we got on this one?
Well, in here, there's another cool Clearview product. Okay. This is me Tucker fridge. Look, Orchid Beach, stubby cooler, couldn't help myself when I was over at Fraser. Anyway, these Clearview slides, easy slide fridge slides, are magnificent.
Yep.
I can still get in there, even being a short. So yeah,
so what are
very
we running?
cool and functional.
This is our 650mm dog box, or locker
Yep.
box in your case.
Yep.
On a DMW XT200 tray.
Yep.
So you see it's got the bulk headboard. Now you're running something a little bit different with this with diesel.
Yep. Yeah, we've got our big internal, well, headboard internal diesel tank. Okay, so we've got the nice big headboard, but it's usually wasted space. So we don't waste the space. We put the fuel tank in there, so it gives us roughly 80 litres. Yeah.
You've also got the choice, that runs down into the factory main tank. It still runs a sub tank on this vehicle. If you choose to lose this rear spare location, you can put another auxiliary long range tank in its replacement to maximise even more diesel storage.
That's huge then.
A lot of diesel, a few Ks in that one.
Yeah.
Cool, so we've also got front under tray toolboxes on here. What do you normally put in this one?
I had toilet rolls in that one.
Noted.
Yeah, so it was just handy area because they don't leak. So I had my 4-pack of toilet rolls in there, you know what I mean? Because I have my shower that I cart around with me.
Yep.
And I usually set up my little flip up privacy tent, have my toilet in there, and I have my shower parked up in there as well.
All off this side of the vehicle?
Yeah, just off that side of the vehicle.
Yep.
And it's just handy for all that sort of stuff.
So this is a 750mm extension, we haven't mentioned that. These go in on the 750mm extensions, they're an option on the 750mm.
Yeah.
650s they don't fit, but on the 750mm extension they do.
Yeah. And I think aesthetically it fills in that nice gap and really sets off the tray build.
Yep, awesome. So down the back here, obviously we're at the back suspension again. Obviously we're running Dobinsons right through.
That's correct, yep. So 600 kilo constant springs with our 4.5 tonne GVM upgrades.
Yep.
Okay, those fully adjustable shocks again, the rebound and the dampening is working fantastically.
Yep, and airbags and high pressure sleeves on our 4495 tonne GVM.
ROH wheels again.
Yep.
Then we've got our tapered toolboxes. I actually could fit a fair bit of stuff in here. Because I've been to the beach, as everybody knows, I like to try and give everything a clean out, so I've pulled everything out of the boxes. Now, my recovery kit was there, another good Dobinsons product. Yeah, fantastic actually. Like when you got stuck there, Adam, we used it and pulled you out.
Yes.
But yeah, it was really good. The snatch strap worked well, and the recovery point that we've got in the tow bar.
Yes.
But that fits well in there. I also had some fishing gear that was packed up in here, and my reel and a few different things and a knife, and I still had more space, you know, that I could have really utilised.
You're running some jumper leads and a few other things in there as well, weren't you?
Yep.
So still have plenty of storage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. We'll jump around the back now, have a look at what we've got around the back.
All right, fantastic.
Righto, Reuben, on the back here, you've got a couple of storage boxes.
Yeah. So in this one, I've got a little Coleman barbecue thing, and then I'll run my knives and forks and plate set, and a few pots and pans, and I've got one of those collapsible bucket type things I use as a sink to wash up in.
Yep.
And that all fits snugly in here, and I've still got a bit of extra space in there. You know, got my paper towel and all that sort of, mainly just kitchen sort of stuff goes in
Cooking,
here.
cleaning, all that sort of stuff on this side. And that worked well on the trip?
It is, because, and I know it's sort of, I set my bathroom up on that side, but I sort of have that stuff in this side because that's the tucker fridge.
Yes.
And then when I pull the drawer out, I cook on the barbecue here, and it's sort of all just around here. So for when I'm touring during the day, and it just makes it a little bit easier, you know.
No, that makes sense. Awesome. And then you're also, inside the car, you guys were seeing some footage of how Reuben set up the inside of the tray, I suppose. What were you running in there?
Well, I had my camp toilet, my stretcher, I had a table, I had a chair, and obviously had my swag there. And I've got these pretty cool L-track style tie down points that I've got in the back here as well.
Yep. And that really gives you versatility and flexibility of how you want to set up your touring rig, because it doesn't, you're not defined by a tie down point, you're letting your placement of the L-track determine what you want to use and where. Yeah. Which for you was great because I sat on the inside of these storage boxes.
Yeah. And don't forget my little step that I had to use. I'd pull out of there, drop the tailgate, put it here so I could actually reach my stuff.
Righto. And anything else around here? Got anything else?
No, well, we'll
two spares on the back of the box. That's the other addition we run. You run 2 spares on this. And underneath the tray, very important, we're actually running a 7-litre water tank. So underneath the tray, you guys will see a drawer. It's a fully sealed and lockable drawer. In front of that, we've got a 70-litre water tank, which you were using for showers and washing up and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, that's correct. I'll have a look at that too, eh?
Let's do it.
As mentioned before, Adam. This is my favourite sort of bit because I can pull that drawer out and I can use that as my barbecue or any type of bench space. But like, look at this, it doesn't even look like that we've got a drawer in there.
It's hidden, isn't it? There's no handles, there's nothing to show that there's a drawer there,
Yeah.
which is nice.
And like, you know, you've pretty cool, unclip that and then you've got your mount there and then your drawer comes out.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's sealed and lockable?
It is sealed and lockable.
Yep.
You know? So you can use that as another gun space or whatever you want to do with that as well.
Yep.
Valuables, you know, I run some tools and some electrical products in there, like I run some Milwaukee rattle guns and all that sort of stuff for when I'm touring.
Yep.
So that all lives in there with the chargers and everything, and it runs sweet, keeps dry,
Nice
out of the dust.
And you were using it as a table as well?
Yeah, so you pull it out, I use it as a table for the barbie.
Yep, no, spot on. And underneath the tray? What
Yeah, we've got the tap here, okay, I mean trusty Dobinson's Atom Saver, I would call that. So I've got the manual points to pump up the airbags here, but I've got the internal electronic gauge, okay, and it's a little remote control for pumping up the airbags and letting them down to whatever pressures I would like on the fly.
So all done inside the cab, don't have to get out, you don't have to use
no,
these. This
yeah,
is
so that's just the backup.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can do left and right with that?
Yeah, so left and right. Yeah, top and bottom gauge, you work out which one's which depending on what you do when you install it.
Yep.
But it's spot on for towing. So if you feel like it's getting a little bit tail heavy, you can just give her a bit more poundage and off she goes.
Very good. Really, really critical for guys that are towing. We had a customer recently towing bobcats, and that was one thing that he loved, was the ability to adjust it all from inside the cab. So very helpful feature. Not standard, but certainly helpful if you're towing a lot, and then obviously not towing. Cool, righto. What else we got? Is that it under here?
I think that's it. We'll cruise around the other side.
Keep going. Righto, Ruben. So on this side of the tray, you're running the exact same style of box again.
Yeah.
What are you running in this one?
That one there, I've got the shower, and I've got a makeshift sort of sprinkler head type thing that I've got hooked up to the hot water.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that shower plumbs into this tap.
Yep,
that
it
runs
just goes on that tap. I hang the shower unit on the fridge slide on the other side.
Yep.
And then obviously hose into me makeshift little shower unit.
Did it work well?
It did actually, yeah, it's spot on.
Oh, nice one. So no towing on this trip?
No towing. I won't be doing
self-sufficient?
towing on the next trip either, probably.
Yep. And on this side of the locker box?
Yep, another fridge, but this is where all the good stuff is kept.
Right.
All the beers and, you know, whatever other beverages is your thing.
Very good. And then we're running a dual battery system.
Yeah, so at the moment, just a dual battery system from under the bonnet.
Yeah.
He's feeding both those fridges, and when you drive the car enough, they're fine. I haven't had a drama yet,
Yep.
but obviously if you're going to park it up, I would highly recommend you get some sort of a solar system, which now leads me into the second stage of the build, which will be very exciting. So in the coming few videos that we're going to be doing, we're going to be showing you what solar system we choose, what charging system, what batteries we're going to be running, and then on the back here, those toolboxes aren't going to be staying, Adam.
So we can't talk about that,
Yeah.
but you got something pretty different, exciting
pretty
coming
cool.
on the back here. That's awesome. So full electrical fit out's going to come.
Yep.
And then something in the back. I nearly gave it away.
Yeah.
And on this side of the headboard, what's that? What are we running up there?
This is our water. That feeds to the 70 litre water tank that we've been talking about this whole time, Adam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so rear tapered toolboxes obviously mimics the one on the other side. When
Yep.
you're on your trip, what did you run in this one?
I ran a bit more sort of dry good foods, like some tins of tuna and different things like that. I had in Tupperware containers which were fitted in there. Yeah.
Which was very neatly stored. In your front under tray toolbox?
This one here, I keep the awning pegs and the straps to keep the awning tight in this one here.
Okay, good stuff. Righto, we'll keep moving down the vehicle.
Adam, so in this Wheel Arts toolbox here, we have our dual stage ARB compressor and our factory jack. And with my little arms, they disappear in here. So there's still massive amounts of room in that toolbox, even with having those two items stored in there.
Plenty of room in there,
Yeah.
isn't there? Righto, Ruben, and on the trip you were running some other gear in here. What were you running?
Not much else was stored in there. I just had the air hose and the tyre gauge, but there was still plenty more room in there to put whatever.
Ah, good stuff. Yeah. And you're running a new awning on this one as well.
Yeah, we're running the Darch Eclipse awning.
Yep.
It's just the 180 degree one. perfect for one person. I had obviously the stretcher on this side and my swag underneath it. We got caught in the rain a couple of nights there at Fraser.
Yep.
And you know, I was dry as, so.
They're a good thing.
Yeah, and so easy to set up, you know.
Fantastic. Righto, very good. So what do you reckon we have a look inside?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey Adam, you got a copy there, mate?
Certainly do, Reuben.
How cool are these XRS GME UHF?
Oh, they're fantastic, aren't they? The speaker on the handset, it's got the magnetic mount, the unit itself sitting up under the dash. I love them.
They are cracking, and they just clip onto the dash so well with that magnetic setup, hey?
Very, very clean, very, very tidy. Especially when you're talking the 200s, you don't want a super clustered dash. So having the unit hidden away and everything there with the magnetic mount, I reckon it's spot on.
Certainly is. Anyway, there's beers to drink, so I'm going to stop talking to you on the UHF now. Thanks, mate.
Righto, Reuben, on this build you've optioned up the back of the car here. You've added an optional extra. What have we actually got in the back of the car?
Well, I call them our gun cabinets, but they're storage for anything really. As you can see, I've got some rifles here. I've got some drinks here. So when I went to Fraser Island, I didn't have any rifles in there, but I had extra drinks and different things that I wanted stored out of the way. Yeah, so we've got these little side pockets as well. You can have valuables locked up in these, but realistically they're designed for your magazine and then your bolt, and you have your rifle in there.
And that keeps it completely legal.
Absolutely, keeps it all legal. Keeps it all locked in the car as well, so you know, double locked if you think about it.
Yep, fantastic product. Extra storage or a good place to put your rifles.
Exactly.
Good stuff, love it. Righto, Reuben, so we're inside the cab now. Now there is a couple of products in this build that a lot of people can't see, but it does make a big difference to the way this vehicle performs. What are they?
Well, my favourite by far is the Richards Autos products. So we've got the converter lockup kit and we've got the engine and transmission remap. Now what that all does, especially working together, but let's talk about the gearbox to start with, the transmission. Now the lockup kit keeps the trans cool by locking up the converter at a certain speed. And what the trans reflash does, it actually puts it into top gear at 94k an hour, which then lowers your RPMs, which gives you way better fuel economy. But on top of that, with the engine management remap, it just gives it heaps more go, gives it a little bit more of a tweak on the fuel economy as well, and just that whole package just makes the car so much better to drive.
Highly recommended for all 200 owners then.
Absolutely highly recommended. I've had it in wagons, I've now got it in the dual cab ute here. We highly recommend it to all our customers, and 90% of our customers get the whole package. Thanks Adam for coming down today and going through the vehicle build with me. So guys, thanks very much for watching this as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. You'll see the following builds that are coming up on this car. And we've also got other social media platforms, don't we, Adam?
We certainly do. Facebook and Instagram are the two places you'll see a lot of us. Obviously, you're watching now on YouTube. So if you do like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll see all of our future videos. And over on the other two platforms, we do post a lot of content over there as well. So if you do want to keep tabs of the things that we're building here at DMW, and we do have a lot of exciting things coming up.
We certainly do.
Jump over, give those platforms a follow as well. Thanks, guys.